It's a vibes, yes, family. Large up yourself, big up yourself. It's your host, Selah, Shalom, chiming in on the ones and twos. You know how we do. Yes, family, we outside. It's the vibes, you know how we do, kings and queens. It's a blood clot vibes. According to the text, as it is written. It's the vibes. Yes, sir, family. Let's bring up the rhythm, yeah? Peace and blessings. This your host, Selah, Shalom, chiming in on the ones and twos. We outside, because it's the vibes. You know what I mean? So let me get on for a hot second. I ain't got no particular topic. Still working on my next presentation. You know how we do. That's why it's a vibes, because man, if I just vibes out, just lodge up yourself, big up yourself on this glorious morning. Thankful that your ass woke up this morning. All praises to Creator through the life, death, and resurrection. You dig? It's a vibes. Yeah, yo. You know what I mean? Your boy out here just chilling, just catching up on all the feedback and all the news with the drama and you know what I mean? Takeoff losing his life and all this drama about to kick off, or that's in the atmosphere. Atlanta, no fly zone right now, baby. You know what I mean? Like real shit. You can't come out here, start boasting about your city, especially after what happened with Takeoff. Them boys out here ain't trying to hear nothing. Them boys, what's that? The Texas boys, the Houston boys, y'all niggas better stay your ass in Houston if you know what's good for you, boy. Because these young boys out here that love Takeoff, they idolize Takeoff. And he was a cool nigga. He wasn't into the bullshit. You niggas better stay over there. I'm just being around. I'm in the city. I'm hearing how the streets is talking. Don't come out here, my nigga. If you from Houston and you rocking on that type of time, it'll be safe to say, don't come to Atlanta, my nigga. You know, they about to have a funeral Saturday and shit, or the wake, I say, at the stadium. Then they had some new birth right up the street from here. Like, don't show y'all faces out here trying to pay respects. Pay y'all respects back to your own city. Don't come out here. This is Atlanta, and these young niggas is walking around with 50-round drums, 100-round drums, AR-15s, AK-47, and they riding around like that. And they ain't got no problems of putting that bitch in work. So for all this shit going on, Atlanta right now is damn near no-fly zone, yo. And that's the sad thing, you know, Atlanta niggas show love, my nigga. Like, Atlanta's a loving city, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't never hear niggas from Atlanta talking about you niggas gotta check in. We don't move like that, my nigga. But if you push niggas' cards and push niggas' buttons, niggas will push your fucking wig back out here, man. I remember back in the 90s when the New York niggas was on their time talking about, you know, Southern niggas is slow. Southern niggas is this. Southern niggas is that. Mm-hmm. I personally know several New York niggas that lost their lives in Atlanta on that type of time. Mm-hmm. They used to be like, yo, man, fuck these country niggas. Fuck these country niggas. Mm-hmm. Them niggas is buried somewhere right now. Mm-hmm. Shit's sad, but it's real. And see, the sad thing is that you have everybody want to be gangster, man. This J. Prince Jr. nigga and the mob top niggas. You know what I mean? It's like everybody want to be gangster, not knowing that the biggest gangster is the motherfucking feds, my nigga. The federales, them is the biggest gangsters. Because when them niggas come for you, all that gangster shit y'all niggas be talking go out the window. Y'all niggas ain't busting y'all guns at the feds. The only nigga who, the hardest nigga who bust their gun, goddamn, what's his name, Larry Davis? The New York nigga who goddamn bucked down them police officers in the apartment building, that's a real one right there. He knocking down the real op. Y'all niggas over here killing off your own brothers and shit. Over what? Jealousy? Shit sad, yo. And then them amigos, just like them is not no real street niggas either. You know what I mean? I live here. I've been living here damn near half my life. And the area where them niggas is from, Gwinnett, man, don't nobody consider Gwinnett gangster, my nigga. That ain't gangster. It ain't like them niggas lived in Atlanta, lived in Westlake or Bankhead or some of these metropolitan, like the real hood of Atlanta, East Atlanta. Them niggas ain't lived over there. They lived in, they from the suburbs. And the sad thing about it is, when you didn't grow up in that lifestyle and that street lifestyle, you want to emulate that lifestyle. You want to prove to the people that you about that lifestyle, although you didn't come from that lifestyle. And to me, that's kind of what the fuck you see going on with the situation. Multi-millionaires fucking with niggas. That's other multi-millionaires, but they got young niggas around them that's about that life, my nigga. See, I got young niggas around me out here that'll be like, yo, reality, you got any problems, nigga? I'm boom, boom, boom. So I know what it's like to have people that'll ride and die for you. But the sad thing about that is the same niggas that'll ride and die for you, they go out there and do some dumb shit and get your ass caught out there. Get your ass caught up. Gotta move wide. Ain't none of these niggas fooling the FBI. You niggas ain't outsmarting them niggas. Ain't none of you niggas busting your guns at them boys either. This shit sad, Joe. So all this gangster shit, all this drill culture, trap culture, death culture, that shit gotta go, man. When hip-hop was hip-hop, that shit was a beautiful thing. Niggas wasn't dying like this. Niggas used to get mad when niggas used to be like, you know, when the hip-hop changed, they say, oh, y'all niggas mad because the game. Yeah, we mad, nigga. Because look what the fuck this shit is about now. Y'all niggas done fucked up the whole rap game, my nigga. Trying to be gangsters. The real gangsters only do things when it's mandatory and necessary. These niggas just want to get a name and shoot shit up and get clout. Nigga, that ain't gangster, nigga. Half these niggas can't even shoot, man. Niggas shooting and killing children, they can't shoot. My son called me yesterday, he went to the gun store and was like, yo, Dad, I went to the gun store, I took your advice of what you said, you know what I mean, get a feel of the gun before you purchase it. So he was like, yo, man, I grabbed that Draco, man, that mini Draco. He was like, man, that shit was kind of heavy, son. Pops, blah, blah, blah. I said, see? Now just imagine you running with your little homies and y'all got Dracos, and you told me this shit is heavy. Now you want to go out there and bust the Dracos at your ops, and you can't even shoot, and guess what ends up happening? Innocent bystanders end up getting killed. See what I'm saying? Now you done got innocent people who you done hit that's now looking at you. Because if I get a call that one of my nieces got hit from one of these reckless niggas, oh, it's over. It's an ugly sight for them, not just for them, but their family. I come from a background where niggas will get family members and leave your ass alive. Real gangster shit, man. I've been around that shit too. I've been around hitmen. I've been around niggas that murdered niggas, did their time and came home. I could pull up articles in where I'm living right now about a murder that took place several years back. Right here in my neighborhood. And the nigga who did it, I'm good friends with. The niggas who I spoke to coming up, who had multiple bodies on them, did their time, came home. So I'm not speaking on no shit that's some unsolved shit. I'm speaking of shit that's public information. But the niggas who got them type of body, they was telling me like, yo, my nigga, silence, unseen, is how you move, yo. All that in the camera shit, flashing your guns, that's why these niggas is dying off the way they dying off. Because they're not following protocol. Ain't no rules to this shit. And when you have a game with no rules, you're gonna have a lot of bodies piled on top of each other, man. Sad to say. Larry Davis, that's what the god name is, no doubt. No doubt, yeah, Larry Davis was put in that pain. And then he got killed by Blue Boy in jail. That shit is wild. I said, boy, y'all niggas better leave this gangster shit alone. Especially if you ain't built for it. Some of these young niggas I see up at the store, some of them I know, there's some new niggas come in and, you know what I mean, I affiliate, get to know them niggas. But some of them boys, they ain't built for this street shit. They be having their guns hanging out. I'm like, bruh, all I gotta do is just grab that shit and take it, nigga, and you can't do nothing. What you gonna do, run up on me and fight me when I got your gun in my hand? Nah, dog. So I try to school these young niggas, man. Don't tell these young niggas to go out there and bang their gun. No, my nigga. That shit ain't cool. Because if you kill or you banging your gun at somebody, them people got relatives, my nigga. Like the takeoff situation, niggas got family members and friends that don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? They willing to ride. Like the same little nigga they said that killed them, the little what's Cam, whatever the nigga name is. There's niggas like that all through Atlanta, man. Ready to put that shit down for their homies. I have niggas come to me based off my show. A TV show now. I do a TV show, niggas see me off the streets all the time from the show, yo, reality. When the next show coming. But I had niggas come up to me and was like, yo, my nigga, if you got any problems, holla at me. I don't know these niggas from a can of paint. They just love the fact that they see what I'm doing for the city and they like the show. And they telling me, nigga, I'll bust my gun for you. And I don't know these niggas from a can of paint. So just imagine you got niggas that you grew up with that got real feelings for you. And they hear you get knocked off and they see the nigga who did it. Or they aware. See what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised if niggas drove from Atlanta to Houston just to go light some shit up. Like when I was coming up, I got love for rap niggas that I would be like, my nigga, I'll fuck a nigga up for you. And I don't even know these niggas. I'm just favorite like Smith & Wesson. Like those was my niggas. Stealing Tech, coming up. Nigga, we damn near got into fist fights in the city of Atlanta if niggas disrespected them boys, man. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be careful, man. There's people that got love for other people out here that's willing to go to the extreme to defend them. Gotta be quick on the draw. That's right, y'all so Fitz. Gotta be quick on the draw. Gotta be quick on the draw, nigga. When I'm out here, my nigga, I got my grip on me. Depending on how that energy feel, I pull that bitch out and keep that shit in my pocket. With my hand on the motherfucking trigger like nigga. Especially when I'm with the wifey, because wifey got a fat ass. My wife got a big ass, yo. So I already know what type of time I gotta deal with. So when I'm with the wife, nigga, the gun is on my, nigga, I'm like this with it, nigga. Just patiently waiting for a nigga to just disrespect so I can just spaz out on a nigga. You know what I mean? But I gotta catch myself from shit like that. See what I'm saying? This shit real out here, my nigga. I speak this righteous shit. We talk about the Oahspe I build, but I live in the real world, my nigga. I'm not a pretender. Just because I say thou shalt not murder and thou shalt not kill don't mean that nigga won't go out there and split a nigga's skull. You see what I'm saying? You don't know what you may end up doing until you put in that circumstance situation. The book knowledge is just the book. This is good information. This is just a bill when we read it and dissect it and going into the knowledge. It's all good. But when I shut this shit down and hit the streets, what you see here is not what you see out there. Me out there is not me in here. This is recreational. See that? This is recreational. When you read the Oahspe, when you read some of these stories, you're gonna realize that some of these men in this book slaughtered many men. See what I'm saying? I'm talking about, if you read the story of Capilia in the Oahspe, Capilia, his father, slew many men. He said, yo, I slew many men in my days. See that? But Jehovah got Capilia right there next to a man who got bodies on him. It ain't like Jehovah withdrew Capilia and said, we ain't fucking with this nigga because he's a murderer. No. Jehovah still sent Capilia to let him know Jehovah's light, although he's a murderer. This shit is real out here. You can't fucking play with people. Niggas will kill you out here, man. And it ain't no motherfucking reset to this bitch. It ain't no you get killed at all. Let me start over again. He got me. No, nigga, this is not Grand Theft Auto. You don't see me talk about people on social media as far as, if you see me talk about a motherfucker, it's because they attacking me. You don't see me attacking nobody on here. You don't see Cosmo Cal, Malachi Maccabee attacking nobody on here. We bang on the information. Battle of the Holy Books. But then when we brought out Battle of the Holy Books, niggas started getting personal. Niggas started talking about, what was the boy Caleb, what he was saying? I'm a wicked shepherd. I'm a wicked shepherd because I'm exposing that his biblical God is not who he say he is, but I'm the wicked shepherd. Little young nigga, he don't know no better. He a young nigga, he don't know no better. See what I'm saying? I ain't say nigga use a wicked shepherd because I disagree with you on the information. And then I'm proving to you in the information what I'm saying. It's not like I'm just vaguely speaking my opinion, spewing out gossip. I'm showing receipts to what I'm saying. And you got another nigga. A couple other niggas made videos. What's the nigga name? The crazy nigga, Judah? Niggas is hitting me in my inbox with the videos niggas is making about me. Judah Nazareth made a video about me. Nigga don't know me from a can of paint. And I ain't even respond to them niggas. You don't see no videos about, you don't see one video, I got over 400 videos and you don't see one video talking about any of these niggas. None of these niggas. I don't know how these niggas grew up. They may be gangster. I don't know what type of gangster time y'all know. I'm a Caribbean gangster as far as my background. I came up around Caribbean gangsters. Niggas who move like this. Shh. I ain't come around niggas flossing money and no. I came around the niggas who would get niggas like that. And you'll never know who did it. Nigga rob your ass and drive past you, ride in the motherfucking whip that I took money from you to get, and you don't even know it. That's how I was taught to move in these streets when it come down to playing in these streets. Niggas don't boast and brag what they gonna do. Shit real out here, man. I'm a nice, loving person. Everybody know that about me. But if I split your top, niggas know that they fucked up. Because reality or Selah Shalom, they know he don't fucking bother nobody. Even on the information, I don't bother nobody. Bang on the information. Battle of the Holy Books. We ain't say battle of the motherfucking this dude or that dude. Battle of the books. That's right, Yasso Fitz. See, Yasso Fitz a real one. That's a real one right there. Shout out to Yasso Fitz. That's my nigga right there, man. That's my nigga right there. He in Houston. He in Texas. You see what I'm saying? Niggas is trying to get Houston and Atlanta to go back and forth right now because of what the young boy did. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. It's gonna die out eventually. The only way you like the Tupac and Biggie shit. That shit got out of control. See what I'm saying? But those were the earlier experiences that we had to learn from to hopefully not make that shit happen again. Now with the introduction of drill culture, death music, they brought back that energy. Now the shit out of control. Now the body count is beyond fucking, I can't keep count. Half these niggas, I don't even know who they are until they get murdered. I'm like, damn, who this nigga? Like the P&B nigga, I'm like, who's that? I never heard of this nigga in a day of my life. It's different nowadays. Niggas is blowing up on social media and you don't have a clue. Like back in the day, if you blew up, everybody knew you because it was only certain outlets for you to come out. Rap City, the radio station, and if you doing a show. That's the only way you knew what was going on. It ain't like today with all the social media. Every second of the day, a new nigga coming out and he gaining a following in 3 months. He done blew up in a year, 2 years. He a famous nigga and you still don't know who the fuck he is. Because the departments of social media has varied so much. It's like, nigga, I can't even keep up with the shit. Wow, that's powerful. Darius, that's powerful. What do you say? The Jewish hidden hand got these niggas out here killing each other off. That's a powerful statement. That's a powerful statement. And actual facts, too. Because when you look at the structure of the corporation, they allow it. They want to get mad at motherfucking Kanye and the other nigga. And that's play to me. The shit Kanye talking is play. Kyrie, whatever the basketball, that's play to us. They're talking about nationality, nigga. That's the lowest on the totem pole for us. Nigga, we far beyond knowing if we the Jews or not. Nigga, that's play for us. But it's cool because for the social media, the blind, deaf, and dumb, the masses, the 85%, they need that little bit of 5% of knowledge that Kanye and the other nigga, Kyrie, whatever the nigga name, Yee. No, Kanye's Yee now. Yeah, Yee and goddamn the other Kyrie nigga. That's play to niggas like us, bro. As far as the knowledge. I'm looking at niggas hit me up. What you think about the Kanye shit, nigga, man? What the fuck you mean? What I think about? That's play to me. You talking to a college student and you bringing elementary school information and ask me what's my opinion on elementary level information. What do you think? Kanye said that he said we're the Jews. Man, that's play. That is fucking play to us, man. We far beyond that shit. Farrakhan was telling niggas that in the 80s, my nigga. Come on, man. That's play. Yeah, man. King Von. Yeah, he was a wild one, yo. There's a lot of King Vons running around this motherfucker right here, man. But see, Atlanta different, though. Atlanta different. Atlanta not like Chicago. Atlanta not like New York. And Atlanta is not like California. Atlanta is more united, my nigga. That's why the rap game was so strong out this bitch. And them niggas still got a hold on the city because of the unification. Atlanta took the cake because of unity. Like the music, like when you go do shows in Atlanta, local artists, like if you were upcoming artist and you try to perform, nigga, it ain't nothing but love out here, nigga. I'm talking about, this is the rebirth of hip hop. Like how New York was in the late 80s, mid 90s, early 90s, that love and appreciation they have for the culture, that's how it is right now in Atlanta, man. You could blow up. You could be an underground artist in Atlanta and really blow the fuck up out here, man. And nobody from the other cities will know you, but just in the city. Go to the south side is where it's at, my nigga. That's where all the motherfucking action at. If you want to blow the fuck up, nigga, take your ass to the south side, nigga. And perform about for 3 months straight. Same song. If it's a banger, same song. 3 months straight. And let people gonna come by. They gonna fuck with you, my nigga. I'm telling you, Atlanta lovely out here. Don't let these niggas fool you about Atlanta. That's why they call this shit. What? Southern hospitality. Southern hospitality. That shit real out here. I don't have no problems out this motherfucker. I don't give a fuck what hood I go. I could go. I've been in every hood out this motherfucker. Bowen Homes. Before they tore it down, I was out there. Westlake. All the projects I was there. Capitol Homes, Perry Homes, Carver Homes, Westlake, Bankhead. Nigga, I've been through all the motherfuckers. And I've been through them motherfuckers in my damn near early 20 days, my nigga, when we was hustling in the city. We used to hustle downtown. 5 points, nigga, 5 points. 5 points was a neutral. That's the neutral ground. If you're from the city, 5 points is the neutral ground. Meaning to say that, don't no beef pop off. You can see your enemy, nigga. We ain't popping it off for 5 points. It's a neutral ground. It's a neutral ground where everybody used to come downtown and get money from the tourists. Because tourists used to flock at 5 points. And we used to be out there getting money, man. I remember used to getting rid of QPs a couple hours, nigga. By myself, too. I had a crew of niggas. But I was getting it by we was all getting it by ourselves, but nigga, we was getting it, man. You had some niggas that'll, you put up 250, I put up, we gonna get a half, whatever the case may be. Fuck that, I wasn't doing business with nobody. I get my own work, come out there with my niggas, we go out there, hustle, grind, boom, 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 rap for a little while, get a cypher going, we build, go back to hustling. That's what we used to do downtown. In 5 points. But then when Katrina hit, when them New Orleans niggas came out here, guess what happened? Breaking news, shooting, 5 points downtown. When we seen that, we knew that whoever did that ain't from the city. Cause 5 points is neutral ground, nigga. That's where niggas get the money at. So them New Orleans niggas, they don't know they don't know where they at. They downtown on they shit. And we out here on our shit like, nigga, what's good? Pop, pop, pop. They popping off like, oh, these niggas done shot downtown. Like, oh, that's how they moving? And niggas had to up the ante because of them niggas. The New Orleans niggas came out here fucking shit up for a minute, bro. Because they came out here deep and they came out here with the motherfucking checks. So they was getting money from the Katrina and they was buying guns and work. And them niggas was putting pressure on niggas out here. But when that shit slowed down, got them niggas up out of here. Because these niggas don't know Atlanta like we know Atlanta. So once niggas, just like the Miami boys back in the 80s, they came out here running the shit too. And once these niggas out here caught on, pop, 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 niggas started getting fucking knocked off. Yeah, man. Atlanta the city, boy. Don't get it twisted, man. It's love out here. We talking real talk today. We talking real talk, man. It's parts of Atlanta, boy. One day I'm gonna go live to I'm about to go back filming in the city, and I'm gonna go live and show you the mentality of some of these young niggas, man. Niggas ain't playing, boy. Them niggas ain't playing no games. It's good to have respect in the city, because I go, nigga, I was in the hood several months ago. I was in the hood it was like 3 in the morning. Passed through the city in the Bluff. Y'all know snow in the Bluff? Y'all heard that? I was in the Bluff, right? Stopped at the gas station. I'm in there. Dude walks up. Yo, man, Atlanta's ugly, man. I love that shit. That's my shit. We in the Bluff. I'm in the hood. 3 in the morning. Where it goes down. Those are the hours where shit go down. Store, give me a drink, about to go to the crib. This nigga comes up, love the show, dap me up, boom, man. If you want to do anything, nigga, we out here, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, nigga, if you want to hop in the show, just let me know. Oh, word, blah, 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 yeah, where you at? I'm right around the corner, boom. So that creates, now, me being cool with him, gave me a pass to his hood. Now I can come over there. Hey, look, this the dude who do Atlanta's Ugly. Oh, yeah, that is that nigga. What up, folks? What up, my nigga? Now, guess what? I got a good rapport with these niggas. And that's how it is everywhere I go. So when I'm in the streets, it ain't nothing but love. It ain't nothing but love over here. I ain't got no problems in these streets. Not saying they can't be a problem, but I ain't got no problems. I go from the east side to the west side to the north side to the south side to the city. Into the gutter parts of the city. And get love, my nigga. That's a beautiful thing. I remember one time I had my garment on and I was walking up and the young boy, nigga said, Jesus. Nigga called me Jesus, little young nigga, dread nigga too. I started laughing like, little nigga recognize. And then sometimes I'll come out of my garment just to show these niggas, just to give them a perception of where you come from, beloved. You a God, my nigga. I remember a time in Atlanta where this shit wasn't cool. I was growing dreads in the mid-90s when I was at high school and like middle school coming up. I started my dreads early. And at that time, niggas out here didn't know about dreads. They said, one of my homies was like, what's that you got in your head? When them New York niggas back in the day used to say niggas was slow, country niggas was slow. Back in the 90s, they wasn't lying. Niggas was slow. Niggas, it wasn't no social media. In order to be up on the knowledge, you had to read. A lot of niggas wasn't reading. I went to school in this motherfucker. I know what I'm talking. I know what I seen when dealing with people from the city. We in class, niggas you remember back in class, the teacher made everybody read a paragraph, so she'll start from this row and come on down and everybody gotta read. Man, there was some niggas in there couldn't read, bro, and we used to be dying laughing at them niggas, man. I'm talking about dying laughing. The teacher would be like, all right, it's your turn to read such and such, and we looking at that nigga like, nigga, we just waiting for that nigga to say the first sentence. Nigga, we dying at this nigga. And niggas will get frustrated and close the book and do this. Some niggas will just laugh with it. But as I look back, I see like, if you can't read, your mental perception, your intellect is not gonna be developed, my nigga. To be intellectual, you gotta read, nigga. You gotta know how to read. Read is deal with comprehension and understanding, nigga. So when you lack comprehension and understanding, you're gonna be more leaning towards ignorance and vice. Evil as shit. I bet you this. A lot of niggas who do a lot of crimes and killings and murderers, I bet you they can't read that good. I bet you they ain't really educating themselves or dropped out of school type shit. I remember being in class getting the subject and we had to do it. I couldn't figure that shit out and get frustrated. I'm talking about mad and shit. Closed the book, pissed, ready to fight. Me. So I already know niggas vibrating on a lower frequency than me was already on it. Oh man, fuck school shit, I'm dropping out. And then niggas will get the hustling. Niggas are seeing money. With a 7th grade education, but niggas are seeing money now that niggas dropped out of high school and dropped out of middle school, 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, niggas done dropped out. Niggas, fuck this shit. Start making money. You hustle, nigga. I was hustling at 16, nigga. I brought my first whip, 17, nigga. Working and hustling. I dropped out of school. I said, nigga, I'm making money. I'm working. Fuck school. They ain't teaching me shit in there anyway. You know how you young, you convince yourself from the bullshit? Louis, what's good, fam? What you saying? And why didn't you give Unc any pushback on the topic? Because when Sonetta called me, he just asked me to be on the show. That was Unc's show. I didn't even know what was going on. He just called me and said, come on the show. I didn't even know the nigga was gonna be talking about evolution. You know how Sonetta give it up sometimes. You throw a monkey wrench in there, but it was all good. Like shit, if they want to debate it, they can, but the evolution, everything, that ain't my topic. I'm more, nigga, give me the gods. We want to debate the gods. It was good though. Exactly. Oahspe doesn't promote evolution through natural selection. That's why I ain't say nothing. There ain't nothing for me to talk about. Ain't nothing for me to talk about. If they would have raised the question, and one did raise the question. He said, what do you take on that? I said, well, we don't really deal with evolution on that. We deal with evolution as a cosmological scale, that everything starts from a vortex and then the evolution of through creation in that sense. So I was really like, nigga, we ain't got nothing for that. Y'all niggas talking about coming from fishes and evolving from a fish to land animals, nigga. We not rocking with that. That's that Hindu shit. That's that reincarnation. You know what I mean? That's that East Indian philosophy. But yeah, man, I'm just talking about some real street shit today, man. Shit real out here, yo. Saying, this takeoff shit got the city on edge, man. This shit go down, man. Shit go down out here, yo. Shit always going down out here, right here on the strip. Shalom, the zero peace. I am man, it's good. It's good. Y'all been, see y'all chiming in. Zachary Yahoo, what's good, family? See everybody chiming in, yo. What'd you say, feds on their ass? Yeah, man, niggas be gangsters fucking till the feds come on. When them feds come, niggas ain't busting their guns at them feds. Hell no. I had a homie over here. I remember back in the day, niggas used to hustle over here. That nigga bust his gun at police. I said, damn, nigga, you bust your gun at police. Wow, nigga. Takeoff hurt. He wasn't thug, good-hearted. Yeah, that's what I said. You killed the coolest nigga. It's niggas in Atlanta. See, I'm in the city. I see the response these niggas get. I see the love these, especially the children. Takeoff, they love that nigga. You know what I mean? Like, for real, for real. This shit real out here, man. That's right, Malachi. I bet Osiris was that dude in the flesh. Yes. Osiris was a gangster. And you can see it by his demeanor in the book. You know what I mean? Like, he was a gangster, my nigga. He wasn't playing no games. See, that's the spirit I come with. I ain't gonna lie. The Osirian spirit is me all fucking day. Because I ain't gonna exchange words with you, my nigga. I'm not gonna argue and make videos about you. I'm gonna see you. And when I see you, you better be on point. You better know your shit. You better know how to fight. You better have your gun on you. You better up first. Last altercation I had, it ain't look good for the boy. I came home with blood on my face, blood on my turban. That's why I don't wear no turban no more. I stopped wearing a turban because I have blood on my turban. Boy disrespecting me in front of my son. Nigga act like he was about to pull out a gun in front of my son, yo. I dropped my son home. I got a machete. Excuse me. I got a machete. Dropped my son home, got a machete. I'm West Indian, nigga. We got cutlass. We call it a cutlass, a machete, which I call machetes. I grabbed my machete, put that shit up my goddamn jacket like this. See, I learned from real Caribbean gangsters how to do certain things. I had a goddamn machete in my shit like this, walking up the street. All I had to do was just drop that bitch and get to working. The Most High was with me that day. Because when I was headed back to the plaza to go deal with that man, my man saw me. My man Dread, he a Caribbean nigga. He a gangster. He seen me running up the street with my eyes looking googly. He said, yo, this nigga ain't looking right. He said, yo, Dread, yo, reality, what's up? What's good? I said, yo, I'm about to go to the plaza and chop this nigga up. That's what I told him. And that's exactly what I was on my way to do. The nigga said, chill, Dread. Chill. The nigga pull out some weed. Roll up a spliff, my brother. Roll up a spliff. I'm looking like, all right. So we walked right there. We ain't go right there. I'm rolling up the blunt, still furious. Then another homie walked up, ran up to me, and this is what he said. Yo, Sire, what's good? You got a problem? I see you looking irate. What's good, my nigga? What's good? You got a problem? I look at that nigga and like, the fuck is you talking about? I just came out the house and seen this nigga. How you even know what's going on? The nigga was like, yo, I just drove in the complex and see you acting irate, so I just wanted to make sure you ain't got no problem. Then the nigga pulled out his sword. He pulled out his sword. Like, what's good, Sire? What we need to do? He ready to go knock this nigga head off. I ain't even tell him what the fuck is going on. He just ready to ride out. He ready to go put in that pain because he see the king lost his fucking cool. Because I'm like this in the streets. I'm like, I got my machete out and I'm putting it back in like I'm about to go deal with this man. And the Dread who stopped me, he ain't no fucking joke. He like, yo, calm down, my nigga. I said, yo, this nigga fronted like he about to flex in front of my son. I'm about to go lay this, I'm about to chop this nigga up, bro. I'm about to lay his ass out. He said, nah, Dread, roll up. Then the other nigga come up, yo, Sire, what's good? And pull out his blade. Yo, what's good? What we doing here? I'm like, oh man. I started laughing, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, damn, these y'all niggas, this nigga really here. He was ready to go. If I would've said, come on, let's go right now. Nigga probably be locked up right now or be living somewhere else upstate or had to skip town. So I smoked the blunt and calmed down and said, you know what, fuck it, I'll catch that nigga again. And sure enough, I caught that nigga again. Me and the wifey driving, I seen the nigga. I seen the nigga crossing the railroad tracks. I said, I'm about to get this nigga today. Went home, parked the car, popped the trunk. Shooting niggas is easy to me, man. That's an easy thing to do, right? I like for niggas to feel pain, so I got the jack that you jack the car up and you get a flat tire. That jack, I got that. Put that bitch up under the sleeve. Wife like, where you going? What's going on? She start crying. Cause she knew something wasn't right. She start crying. I had to get ass right down here right now. She like, baby, don't go out there and do nothing stupid. Please don't go out there and do nothing stupid. I ain't say a word to the wife. I ain't with the gossip. She talking, I'm like, nigga, whatever. I'll go back up there, see the nigga coming across the street. I went to the plaza. See the nigga coming. He don't see me. I see the nigga coming right towards me. So I put my back on the wall. The nigga stepped around the corner, dropped the fucking pipe. I said, what's good, my nigga? Bop! Hit that nigga one time. I hit his ass one time. And for me personally, it wasn't like I used all my might. To me, it was just like a pop. I hit that nigga right here. Bop! And then when I hit the nigga, he was going back. And then he grabbed the pole. I threw my leg out. I did my martial arts shit. Quick. This shit went like 2 seconds. Less than a fucking 2 seconds. Bop, he grabbed, boom. Next thing you know, this nigga on the ground. He's on the ground with my hand on his neck. And I'm just pounding his fucking head on the concrete like this. And while I'm pounding his head on the concrete, I ain't gonna lie, I forgot what I said, but all I know is I was talking at the top of my lungs when niggas came out of McDonald's. Niggas inside of McDonald's came out because they heard my voice. And the McDonald's was a little, it wasn't like right there. It's the McDonald's, a bar. Niggas started coming out the barbershop. I'm pounding this nigga with one hand. I'm talking about the strength became so enormous. It was like taking a Raggedy Ann doll and you just doing a Raggedy. That's how I was dealing with this man. Bop, 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 bop. And then I stood his ass back up. When I stood his ass back up, all I see is blood profusely coming from his face, just coming down like this, to the point the shit shocked me. I was like, oh shit. I ain't say that, but in my mind I said that. I was like, damn, I fucked this nigga up. But the nigga wouldn't let go of the pole. He said, man, don't hit me again. I said, motherfucker, you gonna act like you gonna plot a gun in front of my son, nigga? And I wanted to go do some more damage, but he was done for. The nigga let go of the pole and skidded around the corner because we was at a bend. So when he let go of the pole, he skidded, and when he skidded, I skidded. And as I'm dipping back off to go to the crib, the niggas in the barbershop were standing outside. And as I'm dipping past one of them niggas, the nigga said, fuck that nigga, good for that nigga. That's what the nigga in the barbershop said as I'm running back. So I'm running back to the crib now. I'm running up the block. Running back to where I'm at right now. I'm running back here. A lady was at the bus stop. I'm running past her, and all I see is do is like, she did one of them numbers. And I'm like, why the fuck she would do that? So I'm running, because I already know the damage I done did. I'm running. So I get to the crib, open the door, and my wife's mother, God bless her soul, condolences. She was standing right there. When I opened the door, she said, she was like, had a shocked look. And I'm like, why they doing that? So I go upstairs, and when I get there, wifey not there. I'm like, where the fuck she at? Where the fuck she at? I'm pissed, like, why the fuck she ain't here? So I go upstairs and go in the bathroom, and when I look in the mirror, I see why they was looking at me like, nigga, I ain't had nothing but blood on me, all over my turban. And when I seen that shit, I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, what? And then I sat down on the bed. And as I'm sitting on the bed, because the window right there, the strip, I'm just sitting there. And I'm like, damn. And then I heard the ambulance coming down. And then the wife came back. She said, what you do? What you do? I'm like, what the fuck you talking about? What I do? She said, yo, it's like 20 cop cars in the plaza. I'm like, oh, man. Damn. She said, yo, they trying to find a pulse. This nigga act like he was out. They said they was looking for a pulse. I'm like, oh man, don't tell me I killed this man. So now I'm panicking like, damn. I had an ambulance coming down. This ain't funny, but I had an ambulance coming down. Wife come and tell me that shit, so I'm on the bed. And then about 8 minutes later, I had an ambulance coming back up. So I'm like, oh, they done took this nigga. They done came and got this nigga. That's what I'm saying in my mind, like, okay. So I laid low. For about like 4 days. I just stayed in the crib because I don't know if the cops was looking for. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. So I want to go get some buff for my man and shit. So when I went over there, I was like, yo, you know this one nigga who be walking around here mean mugging niggas like he about that life, like he want to do some shit? And he was like, yeah, he just got fucked up the other day, man. He said the nigga got jumped, man. That nigga said his head split and the back of his head split. I was like, where? I said, yo, what's up with that nigga? He said, what, you do something to him? I said, nah, I'm just asking. I'm just like, it's funny how he said you do, because I ain't give that nigga no inkling to be like, yo, I fucked it. I ain't give him none of that. I just said, you know about this nigga who be running around here acting like he on some tough guy shit? And he was like, yeah, he just got fucked up the other day. I'm like, damn, okay, what you did? I was like, no, I just wanna, what happened to him? I'm asking him what happened to him. And I'm the nigga who did the nigga in. I'm like, what happened to him? He was like, yeah, some niggas jumped him, man, and blah, 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 blah. But, he be off. He take medication. And when he don't take his medication, he be off. I ain't know that. When he told me that, I felt so bad. Because if I would have known that, when he flexed on me and my son, I would have let that shit rock because I know that nigga off. Because I went to school with niggas who had to take medication to keep them calm. My nigga daddy, man, went to school with niggas. They couldn't control them in class, so they had to put them on medication. Calm the niggas down. So when the nigga told me that, I was like, oh man, in the back of my mind. So I'm like, damn, okay. So one day, you know, shit died down. It's about a month. I'm in the plaza and I see the nigga. I see the nigga coming. I'm like, oh, it's about to go down. So I pull my grip out and got that shit on my side. I'm like, nigga, it ain't going to be no fight this time. I done did this man dirty. So if he see me, I don't know what he made. Nigga got the grip out. I'm on go. Right there, like this time, it's gonna be a fucking murder. It's gonna be a fucking murder. And I know everybody in the plaza, so that type of time. So nigga, I see the nigga, he walked past, but he ain't seen me. So when I seen that, he went wherever, and I told my man, yo, boom, let me get up out of here, son. Put the grip back up. And I went home. I said, all right, I gotta be careful out here, because if I see this man and we cross paths unexpectedly, it's gonna go down. Because I'm not gonna be like, yo, man, I'm gonna up the grip. I'm gonna up the grip and shoot before I say, yo, man, that's how I'm gonna move. So I went home and let that shit die down. Then one day, I go to the store, and the nigga in the store cleaning up. He booming the store like he doing, you know how sometimes, you know, the store owners are letting niggas do little cleaning up and shit. So I see the nigga clean up in the store. So when I seen the nigga, he seen me. The nigga seen me, right? And said, what's up? I ain't talking about like what's up as in beef. What's up like hello? I said, what's good, my nigga? He kept on sweeping. I felt bad. I felt so bad. I said, you know what? I broke him off some bread. I said, yo, I just put the money in his hand. And I said, when you do good, good things happen to you. And that's all I said to the nigga. And he shook his head like he understood what I was saying. And I walked out. And then I seen him again after that. And this time he dapped me up. And I gave him some more bread. And we had a good rapport after that. We started talking and we became friends after that. Saying that to say, I took a bad situation and redeemed myself from what I did, because I felt bad for doing that shit to that man. Because if I would have known that man was on medication, I would have left that man alone. And it was another situation where a nigga did the exact same thing to me at that exact same store. I'm coming out the store and the nigga pulled out the grip and it fell, but it was a fucking water gun. The nigga pulled out a water gun on me and it fell on the ground. But he was mentally off. Everybody knew he was off. And that day I didn't have my grip on me. But if I would have had my grip on me and he would have did that, I would have upped the fire and shot that man. And he's pulling out a water gun playing around. That nigga pulled that shit on and that shit fell on the ground. I said, man, what the fuck type of time you on, bro? Oh man, I'm just playing, hee hee ha ha. I just shook my head like, and my other man over there shaking his head like, but he was mentally off and we knew it. But the nigga pulled out and pulled out a water gun and it fell. I rushed the nigga too. When that shit fell, I got in between him and the gun where he couldn't get to the gun. That quick. I'm talking about this shit happened quick. Like, I'm walking out the store, boom, boom, boom. Like that. That's how quick the instinct was. And if I would have had the grip on me, that's how quick the nigga would have got shot. And these are just the things we could talk about. It's just the shit I could talk about. You can't tell everything, but I'm just showing you certain situations of how this book knowledge is recreational to me. The streets is real life. And the creator says the Cosmon era is about balance. Jaja don't want you to go to war, but he created warrior faithers to defend those who are unfortunate and weak. The Ions was weak. Jehovah created warrior faithers to be defenders of the Ions. Meaning to say, if you come fucking with these niggas, we gonna off you niggas. So Jehovah allows things because Jehovah's creator and he already knows what the fuck going on from the physical to the spiritual, nigga. All right, if these niggas go to war, all right, they're gonna be purged in hell, then they're gonna go to hell, they're gonna get a notch, we're gonna clean them niggas up, restore them, and they're gonna be on their way. Jehovah know that. That's why Jehovah let shit happen. Like, nigga, all right, let them niggas go to war. They gonna clean that shit up like my brother Malachi Maccabee did his lesson. He said, yeah, they gotta clean that up. I had to clean that shit up that I did, Joe. And I cleaned it up. And he cleaned himself up. That's why I did what I did. But that second nigga though, it would have been an untimely demise for that man. But we talking real shit today, man. You know what I mean? Realism, dealism. Deshaun, what's good? I see you. Elijah, what's good? I see you. See the fam. Dreadful Cosmo, what's good? I see the fam. That's right, Louis. All killing gonna do is release spirits, vengeance in the atmosphere. Exactly. And the beautiful thing about that shit is that Jehovah allowed that shit to happen. And then, being that he allows it to happen, you gotta fix the problem. That's the responsibility that you have to do for taking a person's life. Whether if that person cross over with vengeance and hold that vengeance until you cross over in spirit and go at each other, enemies shall take enemies in these my bound heavens and cast one another in places of torment. Yeah. Nigga, you could be innocent and end up in that condition. Don't innocent niggas get killed that ain't got nothing to do with nothing? And they souls get snatched up and taken to these places of torment, and they ain't had nothing to do with nothing. We got that part of the game too. How many upright people got killed out here? They never did nothing to nobody, but they got taken out. And now their spirits have vengeance for their life being cut short because they ain't do nothing to nobody. They mad now. They mad like, who did this to me? And they didn't get a chance to understand the spiritual life or get a conceptualization like how we have a conceptualization. So if we cross over in spirit, we'll be able to deal with it better because we're already dealing with this shit while in corporality. But you got some people out here living that don't even consider life after death. They don't even think about this shit. It's not even a thought to them. They just living for the now. Those people like that who cross over are the ones who have the hardest time in spirit, yo. You know what I mean? That's right, Louis. Think before you act. And it's a learning experience for every one of us. Because some situations you're going to be put in where you're going to react before you think. And then through that trial and error you go through from that action, that's where the lesson is learned. The lesson is learned through the trials and errors. That's how you perfect the craft. That's how you become perfected through imperfection. Imperfection leads to perfection. So we're going to go through imperfection. We are going through it now. We're going through our imperfected state now. I'm smoking bud, imperfected. To be in the ethereal, niggas can't smoke bud. But we're in the imperfected state, working our way to perfection. Enjoying, while being imperfected, the corporeal life that Jehovah says, enjoy this. He said, I created for this world for you to enjoy this shit. You know what I mean? Enjoy this bitch. You're going to get to ethereal. You may stagnate a little, but you're going to get there. You may get locked in on some of the things that I've created, like this bud, like that alcohol, like eating. You may be locked into these things in your early stages of corporality, in your early stages in the lower heavens. But there will come a time when you will purge yourself from these things and rise into these ethereal realms. But until then, enjoy the moment. Enjoy the experience. the trials and error. Through the trials and error shall we triumphant in spirit and become a glory to the Creator. And wear the title as gods and goddesses and lords. Because through the trial and error, through the experience and responsibility, the redeeming of your brother, being big enough to say, you know what, I'm in the wrong. When I seen that nigga at the store, I had to say that. I could have kept the beef going. I could have seen that nigga in the store and said, nigga, what's good, nigga? And bop them up some more. I could have did that. But I didn't go that route. I went the redemptive route. And he was in the par with the redemptive route. And not only that, before I fucked him up, when I went to my man who got the bud from, who told me about that he took medication, what he told me is that a week before that, 5 niggas jumped him at the gas station. I was like, oh man. And the crazy thing, you know what I mean? He a little thorough nigga though, don't get it twisted. He ain't no sucker. This wasn't no suck ass nigga I ran up on. He was a thorough nigga. He was from Brooklyn. He was a Brooklyn nigga. And he moved like a Brooklyn nigga. You see what I'm saying? Some niggas intimidate niggas. See what I'm saying? Been there, seen that, done that. You come around niggas, niggas get on your ass and yeah, the truth, the line come out of niggas. But he wasn't no sucker nigga. It's just that I had to do what I had to do. I don't give a fuck if you 4'11" or fucking 6'10". If you violate, nigga, I'm gonna deal with you, period. And I'm a wise motherfucker. I size niggas up, I ain't stupid. If I see a nigga, he may injure me, I'm not gonna play the dumb role. I'll pull out so quick. What's good, my nigga? Talk to a nigga from 5 feet away. You can't escape, nigga. You try to run, I'm on you. You engage me, I'm on you. What's good, nigga? We not gonna play them games, man. And I was the calm nigga, man. I got niggas I was running with wild as fuck. Like, you know, you back in the day, you ran with the cool niggas and shit. After cool niggas, I was like the cool nigga. I was the nigga that'll stop the beefs. We'd be on the train going somewhere, my man would be like, yo, man, why the fuck this nigga keep looking at me? I'm like, come on, bro, we ain't doing that. And the other nigga may pop. I'm like, yo, man, my man, he just be off, man. Don't mind him. I was that nigga in the crew. You know what I mean? Shout out to my niggas, man. I don't know where the fuck they at today, but shout them niggas out. You said that's you, Dreadful? Yeah. So when the cool nigga lose it, them niggas is on murder game. Like my niggas, them niggas are like, yo, if I lose it, or if a nigga violate me, cause they knew I was the cool. You know, you always had the crew, and you had that unique nigga out the crew. The nigga who could do this, who could do that, or just ahead of the crew, ahead of a nigga time. Nigga making beats, rapping, nigga driving. I was the first nigga out of my crew to drive, nigga. 97, nigga, I'm riding, nigga. 17 years old, nigga, we headed downtown Atlanta to hustle. Young niggas. 17, 18, and we out there with the niggas that's in their 28, early 30s. We hustling with these niggas, grown niggas back then. They put us on the game downtown Atlanta shit. That's right, you gotta reconcile that murder, Louis. You know what I mean? That's why it's like, niggas can't be out here killing, man. Look at all these niggas out here killing. Look how much work that gotta be done, yo, in spirit. Spiritual light, I see you. What's good, fam? Would you say, Dreadful, if you had a problem with me, you really had a problem. I'm the laid back one out the crew. Right, exactly, King. Laid one out the crew. Yeah, man. We used to be running with some wild niggas, boy. That shit was crazy. We survived that shit, though. That's the thing, surviving, man. I knew Creator was moving with me back then because of the way I was moving. Like, once 96 came, that's when we started hustling. That's when everybody stopped the kiddie shit. 1996 was the year we started hustling. We started hustling hard body. A year later, nigga, I'm driving from the hustle. Once my niggas seen that I bought a whip, And my other man in 6 months brought him a caddy, nigga. I got a Chevy, he got a caddy, nigga. We 17-year-old riding. We on some goddamn. We on our Rich Porter shit on some lower level shit as young niggas. You know what I'm saying? We 17 years old riding to the city, picking up work, bringing it back to the east side, getting it in, or staying downtown hustling. Young niggas. So by the time we turn 21, nigga, we good. We connected. We doing our thing. We sitting around 10, 15 pounds, nigga. That's nothing. From 16 to 21, 22, 23. By the time the 20s came in, nigga, we got the pounds. Easy work. Easy work. You know what I mean? Niggas getting rid of them shits, man. Niggas was getting it in. You know what I mean? Niggas was getting it in, yo. Yeah, I should have been reborn in the 90s. Yeah, the 90s, well, the 90s, we caught the tail end of the hustle game. You see what I'm saying? Like, the 80s was millionaire game, you know what I mean? Like, niggas was getting it. I was in New York in the 80s. We got the fuck up out of there. Mom dudes like, nigga, I'm getting the fuck up out of here. That shit was a jungle. She got the fuck up out of there. We came to Atlanta, my nigga. 90s roll around, shit, nigga. We getting it, bro. We getting it. Young niggas. A nigga don't be looking back often, so when I do look back, I'm like, damn, I be telling my Sunday stories. I be like, my nigga, when my son turned 16, 17, I was like, you know, when I was your age, this what we were doing. See, what you doing, like, nigga, we was out here doing this. See what I'm saying? Man, this is when I met your mother, nigga. These around these ages. You feel me? It's the vibes. We was friends and you just dropped off the face of the earth. We at top. Yeah, I know who you are, man. Of course. Louis, man. I know who you are, King. Seen you on Sunday the other day. So peace, love, and light over here. It's a vibe. Where's the family? Deshaun, I see you. Thank God every day for the knowledge, no doubt, yo. Oahspe says, corporeal knowledge, earthly experiences. You got the spiritual side of this thing. You dig? Sometimes you just got to keep it real and give real talk. I love theology. This is theology to me. The Oahspe is theology. You know what I mean? When I went to Sonetta, I told him that. I said, yo, Sonetta, this is a theological approach that I'm coming with. You know what I mean? Theological and science. When I did my video on Sonetta, the very first one, when I showed how creation is manifested and brought into being, he agreed. He agreed to the way things come into creation according to the Oahspe over how the Bible comes into creation with the story, or the creation story, whatever. He said, the Oahspe makes more sense as far as the creation than the Bible. See that? So although it's a theological book, we can still make it make sense in creation because it's demonstrating creation when it comes to the science. Now of course they're gonna disagree with the gods and the Etherian angels and the stories, the Abrahams, they'll disagree with that. But as far as creation, ain't no denying that. It's the blood clot vibes. Let me go dump this real quick before I'm gonna leave. Yes, family. We just a vibe today, yeah? Like I said, I'm working on the next presentation. We're going to be going into the 22nd arc cycle, the cycle after the cycle of Osar, or Soray. I mean, Osiris came to lay out the astronomy, the physical science, to make man adequate in that knowledge. And then after that, at the ending of the cycle of Osar, man at that point did not believe in spirituality. The kings made decrees against spirit communion. And if you was felt communicating and doing these things, you'll be put to death. So when Zarathustra came on the scene, that's why his situation was, like when you read the story of Zarathustra, how the king of Oahspe was so against what he was hearing, because he's like, nigga, we don't believe in that. Nigga, we don't believe in spiritual. We don't believe in ghosts. That's spook. You come to me talking that, I'm going to kill you. See what I'm saying? When you read the story of Zarathustra, when he was an infant, and he spoke to Asha, and he spoke to the nigga, the singer nigga, and they went back and told the king, they're like, yo, man, we seen this infant, and this nigga was talking to us, man, and it was miraculous. And the king like, my nigga, go get the infant. And when they went back to go look to find the infant, he wasn't there. And they was like, damn, I can't go back to the king talking about, oh, I don't know where they went, he gonna kill me. So them niggas fled. Them niggas ain't go back and tell the king, yeah, he was over there, but I don't know where they went. Them niggas said, yo, if I go back with this story to the king talking about I can't find him, he gonna kill me. And them niggas fled. That's how severe the decree was in them times. You see what I'm saying? The story of Zarathustra is one of the coldest stories in the Oahspe, if not the coldest story. Zarathustra was a giant. He was the size of 3 ordinary men estates. Let's just say the ordinary men of those days, well, let's just say 4 feet. That nigga would have been 12 feet. If there was 5 feet, he would have been 15 feet. You feel me? Zarathustra was anywhere from 12 to 15 feet running around here. The giant. Vanita, what's good? I see you. Peace, family. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Louie, you'll get them boys some work. I give you that. I give you that. That's easy work over there. You know that. Hebrews, them niggas is easy work. Even them comedic niggas is easy work. When it comes to the literature, Oahspe creation story versus the comedic creation story. We already know where that's going. Louis the Bible Butcher. Yah Ben was good. Oahspe said Yahawashah Yeshua was stoned to death. That was hard to take. Talk Christianity. Yeah, the Oahspe say Yeshua was stoned to death. And it makes sense, because that's part of the law. To stone niggas. Thou shalt not murder, but stone these niggas. Thou shalt not murder, but stone these niggas if they get out of hand, yo. Yeah, man. Well, that's part of the game, though. Nah, King, I'm not on Stream. I'm not on StreamYard. I'm on Streamlab right now. Yeah, I'm on the other link. When I hop back on the other live, because the other live I got the little link shown at the bottom, like the bittersweet herbals and the Cash App. But I'm on the other one because I got I had some issues on that, so I'm gonna have that shit back. But next time I get that shit back up running, shit, nigga jump on the live, you know that. Yeah, yo. So we vibing out, man. Let's read some verses from the Oahspe in the Bible and them things there. Let's see what we can feed. All right, check this. I was doing a knowledge, right? Check this out. What I found interesting here is that it states the Spirit of God, right? The Spirit of God. But then in John, it says God is a spirit. Give me some feedback in the chat. What y'all think about that? They say God is a spirit, but then it says the Spirit of God. It seems like the Spirit is separate from God in this verse, but then in this verse, it's saying that God is a spirit. And then in this verse, the Spirit of God. So it's like saying the God of God. Because if Spirit is God and God is Spirit, it's like, I was just doing the knowledge on that. What y'all think on that? The Spirit of God, God is a spirit. What's your take on that, family? What's your take on that? Tell me in the chat. Come back to y'all. What you think that means? Is God a spirit, or is the spirit separate from God? Would you say dreadful contradiction? Contradictory? Well, it's kind of like, is God, it says the Spirit of God, and then it says God is a spirit. So if God is a spirit, there really wouldn't be no need to say the Spirit of God, because God is the Spirit. What y'all think about that? What y'all take on that? What'd you say, y'all Ben? The Creator is the Great Spirit. God is an angel. Ah. Yeah, you're right and exact on that. But just thinking from the biblical, the biblical mindset, we know from the Oahspe what it is, but from the biblical ideology, without using the Oahspe, what is it significant when it says? What's the significance of saying God is a spirit, and then it states the Spirit of God? Peace, Jamie. Peace, Queen. Would you say probably meant power? Because they do say God is power. Yeah, a lot of Hebrews say that God is power. God is a power. So that's an interesting quote. Nonetheless, is God a spirit? The Spirit of God, and God is a spirit. L is power. Okay. What else we got? Would you say spiritual light? The same sense of sending lying spirits of God. Interesting. Lying spirits. So if God is a spirit, and we talk about lying spirits, that's interesting. BC, what's good? The inspiration of God versus God the Spirit. That's a good one. The inspiration of God versus God the Spirit. Is God a spirit? Because when we say the Spirit of God, it sounds like it's separate. But then when you say God is a spirit, it's telling us that's one entity. But when we say the Spirit of God, it sounds like, the Spirit is over here, but it's the Spirit of God. I'm going to put the Spirit in God, like they put the Spirit in man. You see what I'm saying? So, we just talking. I just want y'all input. The Creator of the universe, who created and rose up God to create, to take care of it on a spiritual level, mortal level. Interesting, okay. No doubt, Lo, you already know that. The spirits of the king of angels. The spirits of the king of the angels, God is a title given to one-time mortals, a spirit. They are trying to convey that the power of God created the creation. Okay. All right. Y'all bringing it in. I see y'all bringing the fold home. Dreadful, spirit is what you are when you are dead, whether God or angel. All right. See, I like the feedback. I like to hear people's perspective, man. You know what I mean? If I was on the other chat, I would invite y'all in, but Vanita, the spirit within God. Interesting. Would you say Chardell or Raw? You see? The use of language is always used to confuse the readers and followers, then accept whatever is comfortable with readers. Interesting. Yeah, that's what's a beautiful thing too. That's why actually Eastern thought is concrete thinking, where the language had to coincide with demonstrating that which is in nature, or that can be demonstrated by the five senses. When we got to Western thinking, which is abstract thinking, abstract thought, is when it took us out of nature and started becoming fabricated words like spirit. Spirit is a fabricated, it's an abstract word. Spirit is an abstract word. Holy is an abstract word. These are words it's hard to identify in nature, but when we translate the word spirit back to ruach, and ruach mean air or breath, we can identify that. Holy, to set apart, we could demonstrate that. When you take it back to the original root word, or where it comes from, because you're going from Western abstract thinking, translating it back to Eastern concrete thinking. So you gotta take the abstract and make it concrete when dealing with the languages. You dig? The ancient primordial deities beings created God. The ancient primordial deities beings created God. Okay. Who are the ancient primordial deities? Land on. Who are the ancient primordial deities which created these gods you're referring to? Ruach, okay. The holy breath, okay, that's what you was referring to, Ruach. Y'all been a godly spirit. What's that then? Rashad, what's good? Peace to the God. A spirit that thinks and moves as a god. Alright, so what is a god then? If spirit is ruach, which is air, right? And air encompasses everything. Air is symbolic to ever presence because it's everywhere present, right? So we identified the spirit. Who is God? That's the next question. In the chat, we identified spirit because we're having a good conversation in the chat right now. We identified because one person said the spirit is the air. So we acknowledge that spirit is breath, is air, is ruach. But what is God? You know we know, but this is we just building right now, fam. You know, we just, you know what I mean? Everything ain't got to be absolute all the time. We could we could freestyle and, you know what I mean? Hawa. Hawa means to become, to exist, to be aware. Hawa is creator. Hawa is creator. Hawa is creator. It says the definition of Hawa, when you look at the definition of Yahuwah, the root word of Yahuwah is Hawa. And the word Hawa means to become, to exist. The Oahspe demonstrates how to become, how to exist, the process and function to becoming into existence. So Hawa is the creator. And the Oahspe The Hawa in the Oahspe demonstrates how things become. That's why niggas can't overlook the Oahspe, because Yahuwah, the creator, is written about in the Oahspe. From the beginning. You might as well say the book of Jehovah is the book of Hawa. Because the book of Hawa is demonstrating how things become into existence. And it's not a man floating in space. So Hawa is creator, not Elohim or El. Well, let's get into it. Eli, what you say? Eli 7, God is an angel or a dead mortal? Okay. Rashad, get them likes up for the brother. Yeah, get them likes up. Get them likes up. You know how we do. We got 17 likes. Let's get them likes up to 48. Mix them up. What's good, family? What's good? West Coast early morning vibes. Peace to the God. Peace to the God. I see you, King. Jamie, in the Bible, a godly spirit is a righteous spirit. Indeed. 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 Cosmon Cal in the building. Peace to the God. What you saying, King? God is a spirit in the heavens with the throne, believed by people in darkness to be the very creator. That's right. That's a goddamn sermon on the mountaintop type of shit right there, boy. Peace to the God, Cosmon Cal. You know what I'm saying? Landon, God doesn't even use words to command things out. That's right. He uses intention. Okay. Okay. Would you say y'all been? The Eins asked that very question. What is the meaning of God? Even the drunks asked that question as well. And the drunks told the Eins told the drunk that there is a invisible spirit in heaven who rules over everything. And the drunks comprehended and was like, oh, and they perceived that they brought forth heirs unto everlasting life. That was back then in the first arc cycle that everybody got inheritance damn near. The only ones who ain't get inheritance to everlasting life was the Yaks, the Monstrocytes, and whatever the other races that wasn't on an ascended path. You feel me? The real gods are men. They definitely use words. Cosmon Cal with the rebuttal. Cosmon Cal with the rebuttal. Who's gonna fumble the ball? Those aren't gods. Oh, he came with a throwback. Those aren't gods. Who are gods then? Eric Hamilton, peace to the God. Jehovah said the same way he made kings as the government rulers on earth to be kings, to be governors, rulers throughout heaven. That's right. That's right. Those are rulers, lords, right? So okay, so the Oahspe family knows that God and Lord are titles bestowed on angels, one-time humans. So for those who say otherwise, what is God and Lord? Because we already described that spirit is air. We describing that if spirit is air, and then it states that God is spirit in one breath, but then in another breath it states the spirit of God. Does that sound like God is a separate entity? And if God is spirit, you know what? Let's stick with that. Let's stick with that. Because I think we got a hijacker. If we say God is spirit, and then in the Bible, God has a description, he has a body like a man, that spirit has been restricted and confined to an image, while the resting existence of the spirit is still circulating outside of him, ever presently. So did this Ruach spirit incarnate itself into a deity as spirit? Proclaiming to be the all spirit? So be gods and lords. What you say, Tabitha? Both false and righteous angels are spirits, but we must prove them by their works. Okay? Ye are gods, and become gods manifested in the flesh. That's right. Thought of the Most High manifest in the flesh. Graduated one-time mortals. It's levels to this Lord and God. Yes, I. Dreadful Cosmos. So the whole word of God thing is BS because he does not speak. Say God not speak. And the Oahspe says some say they heard his voice, some said he never spoke. I was like, look at that, and it's being described now, it's being showed here. Some people say God speaks, some people say he don't. Oahspe showed that exact same example in the book, showing you the mysteries of Creator. If you can demonstrate God as the ever-presence in the Bible, as Hawa. So what about the verses that say God is a man? That spirit is a man. God does not identify with his individuality, okay? Okay. Oh, Cosmo throws the rebuttal. False. Landon. False. Cosmo Cal states. Landon come back and states, those that do so cannot call themselves even a god. Gods are not identifiable with the singularity. Eric Hamilton, you know what I meant to say. Typo. Good conversation. Good conversation we got going and brewing. Maybe a topic of discussion. You know how we do. So Eric, the ones whose spiritual grade was so high that they bypassed the first resurrection were able to hear of the angels, even still not the Most High. That's right. Sheikh Kazman, God the Word itself is a singularity. So stop with the falsehood, bro. If it was going to be plural, it would have an ending in the plurality. Okay. They go to rebuttal back. We got Lux. Brother Garfield is a snake, by the Brother Garfield is a snake, by the way. Dude kicked me off his live stream once for mentioning Chief X. Then the second time he cut me off because I brought up the Oahspe. I didn't even know you was over there rocking out. All right, shit. You know what I mean? Bring the sword out to them boys, man. Bring that sword out, man. We'll take it to Sonetta. We're gonna take it orderly and decently over there and chop them boys up, chapter and verse. Tell them niggas they can bring any book, chapter. See this whole battle of the holy books? Tell them niggas to let their book speak. So we don't care if it's the Bible, the Quran. We don't care if it's the Kemetic literature, but they gotta come out their book. You know what I'm saying? Would you say, Dread? If that's the case, why do the gods have names? Wow, that's a good one. Because if the gods got names like Baal and Baal and Ashtoreth and Dagon and Elohim, they're going to be called by their name. So that's a good point. Because God, Baal, that was his name. And once he demanded sacrifice and worship, you got to call on his name. Mortals and angels. Good point. Land on that Cosmon. You believe in quantum physics, don't you? Louis, I got something for Garfield though. Yeah, but them boys ain't even on this type of time, King. You know what I mean? They don't even deal with spirituality. They more caught up in corporeal affairs. You know what I mean? Affairs of the earth, which is all good. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? But you want to beat up these other cats upholding this God who they claim to be the creator. You know what I mean? We want to go to the bigger sources. You know what I mean? You know, you go to Garfield or get your credit there and shit like that. When it comes to the knowledge, or if they bringing out some information that could be beneficial to our information, because you know we deal with everything. So it ain't like we like the Hebrews where we don't deal with Kemetic, we don't deal with this. We deal with it all. So whatever you bring to the table is just gonna help our investigation. So we ain't taking no no's over here. Be like, all right, cool, bring that. That's when God Killer was talking his evolution. I let him talk. Bring it all the science books. Bring it all the information. You notice when God Killer brought out one of the joints, he said, he mentioned the races and he said black, white, but he mentioned yellow. And I questioned him. I said, what you mean by yellow? And then he said, the Mongoloids and blah, blah, blah. But I was like, they were talking about Negroes, you said, or black people or whatever. But, you know what I mean? It said yellow in a race, in a gene pool. I was like, where'd that come from right there, God Killer? But them niggas not even on my radar. The niggas who's on my radar are the niggas who's holding up these holy books, claiming to be the creator. And they following a God that's telling them to kill infants. Or they God is telling them to kill their own brother, the children of Israel versus the children of Benjamin. And the Lord was an instigator in that. The Lord told Israel to go slaughter the Benjamites, and they failed a couple times, but on the third one, the Lord was like, I'm gonna be with you on this one. And them niggas is killing like 18,000 of their brothers in one go. In one day, 18,000. And the Lord told them niggas to go do it. See, that's what we gotta expose. Because niggas out here believing in this Bible will believe that if the Lord tell them niggas to go do that today, they'll do it because they did it in ancient times. Not only did they did it in ancient times, but they did it throughout the ancient times in the book. You got Moses over there slaying niggas, burying them in sands. Then the time Israel gets to the Judges, the book of Judges, where the children of Israel and the children of Benjamin is going at each other, the time of Moses is ancient for them niggas. And they doing the same fuckery, not even worse, if not even worse. And then from all those killings, going before the captivity, 7th century BC, 5th century BC, then y'all niggas go into captivity, come home from captivity with Ezra and the new Tanakh through automatic mouth mumbling. Then y'all come back with a new Bible to rebuild up the second temple. And another thing, Louis was talking about motherfucking the lost was buried years ago. He been brought that out long before the Sarnetta shit. And Ancient Watchmen, them niggas been on the fact that the lost was burnt away with. And then Ezra rewrote the Tanakh with automatic mouth mumbling. Second Ezra, chapter 14. That whole chapter is the recompiling of the Tanakh. And the nigga didn't select no ancient scrolls to goddamn compile that Tanakh. He compiled that shit the same way John Newbro compiled it, through automatic mouth mumbling. The only thing different from him and John Newbro is that he didn't write it. His scribes write. He's talking and the scribes was writing down what he was saying. You dig? Yeah. Would you say BC Garfield tried to clown Oahspe, but he didn't have anything against it because it's all uplifting? Yeah, I ain't even mad at them niggas because I already know their approach. It's pseudo to them, and they had the right to say it. That's why I told them this is a theological debate. I said, ain't none of this shit real. But we gonna see which one makes sense though. It ain't gotta be real to make sense. And then there's practical things. There's practical things in the Oahspe we can talk about that ain't got shit to do with no God, Lords, and Saviors. The responsibility of your own self we can talk about. The service done unto others and righteousness. That ain't got nothing to do with no God, lords, or saviors. That got to do with you being responsible for your own being. It's a vibes. Yeah, Cosmo, that's son. That's Lux. Portions, we know no scholarship, just talking. It's your book. Selah, that is Louis. Yeah, that's Louis King. It's never been ours. All books are books. Yeah, all books is books, yo. Information. It's what's in the book. He said gods don't speak. When you say gods don't speak, elaborate on that. No doubt, King. It's all about evolving, elevating, and ascending. See what I'm saying? We go through ups and downs in this joint. We keep it on the up and up at the end of the day. They use intentions. Give me an example of intentions. Give me an example of an intention. You said they don't speak, they use intentions. How do you use intentions? Because if I have intentions, it's still held within me. I'll have to demonstrate my intentions. I have to show my, like, let me give you an example of intentions. When Moses decided to kill the Egyptian, Moses' intentions was this. When the scriptures say Moses looked left, he looked this way, and he looked that way, that was the description of Moses' intention. He's looking to see if anybody's looking while he about to go kill this man and bury him in the sand. You know what I mean? His intentions. So they use intentions, not words. God use intentions. You got to elaborate. That's not enough. Where are you getting that from? You got to show a reference or an example to clarify that. Not for me, but for the people. They're that advanced. Okay. So you really don't know that. That's what you're basically telling us. Dreadful, what you say? How do you communicate intention to someone? See, people you gotta back what you're saying out here, King. You just can't say something and think that's gonna go. So I'm the same way I'm questioning you. The Dreadful Cosmo questioning you. How you gonna demonstrate intention? And the only way to demonstrate intention, you got to be an individual. Simple tellers. So God is a man then. So to use telepathy, he got to be a man. He got to be like this, doing this shit. So God is a man for you, right? Okay. It's pseudo to them because they only deal with the material. Right, no doubt. They don't deal with the spiritual. They're that damn powerful. But you haven't let us know nothing, though. It's like when people talk about the Illuminati. The Illuminati got the intention. The Illuminati are powerful. But who are the Illuminati? You ain't telling us nothing. You just giving us a name. When you start naming who the people are, then we could identify like, oh, okay, you talking about them people. So you talking Illuminati talk right now. If telepathy was simple, it'll be a natural thing. Cosmo Cal, what you say he cannot elaborate. He on some mystical, magical. He on some futural, mystical, magical. You know how we do. He on this Keith Murray shit. He on this Keith Murray shit, son. We trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, but when you can't explain it, then that's why, people take shots. If I make a statement, I got to back it up to the fullest of my ability. To the point where, if it gets to the point where I exerted all what I know and you start hitting me with questions that I don't know, I'll be like, well, nigga, I don't know that part. But you trying to give us something and you're not explaining it. You said God is intention. You said, no, first you said God don't communicate. He don't talk. But then you said he has intention. And then you didn't give us an example of intention. Nor have you given a description of who is God. Because you got to be a person to have intention. Even animals have intention. You could be walking down the street and a dog could have intentions of biting your ass. So what, is that the dog God now? Like, see, that's what I'm saying. You got to clarify these things. Yeah, you ain't talking about nothing. Max him up, what's good, King? Chat warrior. Man, I'm calling him a chat warrior. You see that? Yeah, man, you stuck your head out the window when you ain't able to back up what you're saying. So we're going to keep it moving on these parts. Would you say, Elijah, what book talks about the primordial deity? Dude, that's what he said at first. Yeah, you're right. He did say that. He said the ancient primordial deities created the gods. See, you ain't even clear up who the ancient primordial deity is. And you talking about the gods having intention. You skipped over the primordial deities. See that? That was a good one, Elijah. We brought you back to your original intentions. Who are these primordial deities? The only primordial deities I know is of Kemet. Nut, Atum, and the created deities. So I don't know. Cosmon, blah, blah. He just full of hot air. You know what I mean? He a burst vortex. That's what he is right now, man. Come on, we trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. We ain't even, you know what I mean? We ain't even clowning you like that, bro. We just saying back up what you're saying. Because we trying to get understanding. We ain't saying we know everything. If you got something to bring to the table and you can make it make sense, they can make it make sense. That's what we saying. Because when we talk about things, we make it make sense. We describe our things in nature, in cosmology, to show the reference. But you ain't giving us no reference. You just mouth mumbling like Ezra right now. I mean, it's tough love over here, beloved. Speak it, my lad. You don't know, my brother. You know what I mean? Large up yourself, big up yourself, you know? Warrior king vibes, yeah? Real conquering Lion of Judah, seeing? But they didn't talk to... But didn't God talk to Moses in the bush? Didn't God talk to Moses face to face? As a friend talketh to his... As a man talketh to his friend? Yeah, that's true. So is he referencing the Bible when he's talking about these primordial forces that created the gods? What is he referencing? So if you're trying to talk about primordial deities, wouldn't you have a source physically in reference to the information you're trying to bring out at Landon? See that? Eric Hamilton on your ass, Landon. He on your ass, boy. You know what I mean? That nigga done took a chunk out your neck. He dragging you. Nigga ragdolling you right now. You better back up what you're saying about these primordial deities creating these gods. Because the only primordial deities we know is talking about ancient Kemet. Is that your source of reference? If it is, it's all good. Just elaborate on what you're saying. Make it make sense. My guy Ezra sipping something. You have to be, what you say, Lou? You have to be a medium to hear and see the spirits of the dead. Yeah. And sometimes you ain't even got to be that, because he got some instances where the angels will appear as Sargos. Like, for example, in the Oahspe, where the angel that followed Abraham and his hosts after Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed, and he appeared before the multitude. See what I'm saying? So he appeared before Abraham and the multitude, and I'm sure his multitudes wasn't mediums, but just showing you some angels could just move in that manner. They could just manifest with whatever intentions that they have. See, the other brother wasn't talking about God has intentions, but in the Oahspe talks about this evil angel who has a matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Let me get that. But you're right though, Louis. Don't get me wrong, you're right on that. You know what I mean? Most mediums do communicate, like, but I'm just showing certain instances where these motherfuckers could just manifest based off of an intention they may have. I was like, yo, these dirty bastards. That's in chapter 9, towards the end of the chapter 9. Right here. All right, let me share my scrizzle. Let me share my scrizzle for a mizzle. All right, now this is the first book of God, chapter 9, verse 10 and 11. It states, now after Abraham and his people had returned to Jireh, his camp, and it was night, God said to Abraham, be steadfast and show your people so that they may understand my words. And while they were still praying before the altar, God withdrew from Abraham and allowed the evil angels who had followed them from Sodom and Gomorrah to withdraw near the altar. And one of the angels clothed himself in a great light and adorned with sparkling gems, and a crown he appeared so all the multitude of the people could see him. Right there. So all the multitude of the people could see him, could look upon him. So you have certain angels running around out here that could clothe themselves where everybody could see him. Whether if you tapped into the medium or not, these niggas running around doing these things. And you may have some angels running around here clothed with Timberlands, Nikes, Gucci, running around here. You thinking this man a corporeal being? This nigga's a clothed goddamn angel. That's deep. He says, and one angel clothed himself. Right there. That's the key right there. Clothe himself. Remember, these niggas could take on any form. What Abraham said down here in chapter 10? What'd he say? He said, Abraham said, this testimony I declare to you, regarding which your own bedrooms are witness, that even the chosen of God can be deceived by evil angels. But they can what? Take any name and form. And they have no fear of God before them, declaring falsehood for truth and darkness for light. But the key here is form. That's the key. These niggas is basically saying in the book that these angels can materialize and walk amongst men, and you wouldn't know that this is an angel. That's what they're saying. That's why Abraham said, even the chosen can be deceived by evil angels. He's saying that because he just got deceived. He got fooled. He got played just now. The angel played him. Right here. When Abraham said this, when the spirit tried him, and Abraham held it down. Right here. Verse 17. Then the Spirit spoke, saying, what shall a man love above all things in the world? And Abraham said, God. And the Spirit said, for which reason ye shall offer your only son Isaac as a burnt offering, and it shall be a testimony before your people that you will obey God, even to the sacrifice of your own flesh and kin. And Abraham said, show me that you are God, so that I may not err, for I have been commanded not to kill. This is a perfect example of Abraham testing the spirit. He just didn't go along with the spirit. He tested the spirit. Even in your Bible, it says, test the spirit to make thyself approved of God. If Abraham didn't test his spirit and just obeyed the spirit, he would have been sacrificing his son. But what did the verse 18 states? Abraham said, show me that you are God, so that I may not err, for I have been commanded not to kill. And the spirit departed away from Abraham, perceiving that he knew the higher law. See that? See that? That's why Abraham came back down here and was wilding out after that event. When he realized he got deceived, he came back to the people and was like, yo, son, let me tell y'all something. That damn God spirit who we thought was God wasn't who we thought. He tried to deceive us. He wanted me to sacrifice Isaac. He wanted me to kill my son when I've been commanded not to kill. So what I want y'all to know is this. This testimony I declare to you, regarding which you are, your own bedrooms are witnesses. Because y'all seen the shit, right? That even the chosen of God can be deceived by evil angels. For they can take any name and form, and having no fear of God before them, declare falsehood for truth and darkness for light. See that? And also, as you have seen the evilest of cities, even as well as the purest may be the abiding place of angels. So he said, nigga, whether we was in Sodom and Gomorrah and we seen the evil angels, now we in the countryside and look, we still dealing with these angels. For which reason you shall not seek signs and miracles, for these may be from evil spirits. See that? Even though they show their bodies or converse learnedly. Stop right there. Stop, goddamn it, right there. Evil spirits. Just imagine you talking to an evil spirit, and they showing their bodies and conversing learnedly with your ass. These ain't no woo type of goddamn spirits. Peace, God. These niggas coming to you speaking your language. And these are spirits of the dead, but evil spirits. And they clothe themselves in corporeal bodies, and they talking to your ass learnedly. You may be down in the city building with a nigga having a great conversation, and your ass talking to a goddamn angel. An evil spirit at that. Nigga may have intentions. So Oahspe's letting you know, like, yo, nigga, this book is showing you, even in your Bible, it's showing you that angels walk amongst men. They dwell together. That's what the whole shit of the Sodom and Gomorrah thing was about. Let's see if we can go back up. Let's see if we can get that. Niggas have to create laws between men and angels. What kind of shit is that? All right, right here. This is verse 7. And when they came to Sodom, behold, angels walked amongst the people. And the people knew they were angels, but were indifferent regarding them. See that? And they were laws made by Birra, king of Sodom, regarding the behavior between angels and men. You got to really comprehend what the fuck going on here. We got to reconsider what the fuck going on here. Look, it says angels walked among the people. Huh? And the people knew they were angels. Look at that. We talking 6,000 years ago. This is within the 6,000 years ago period. This 4th millennium BC, 3rd millennium BC we talking here. It says angels walked among the people, and the people knew they were angels. Look at that. So you never know who you may be talking to. You never know who you may be talking to. Exactly. By the force of their own will, they clothed themselves with corporality. Like you said, they took the minerals, the atmospheric particles. They took goddamn carbon, hydrogen, iron, copper, nickel, calcium, phosphorus, and made themselves some corporeal bodies by withdrawing these things out the atmosphere. I said, that's some deep shit. That's like you extracting the air and pulling out and condensing it. That's like condensing the air. You know what I mean? That's like you focusing on this ball right here, and I'm condensing the air to the point where it creates a vapor by the force of my will. Yeah, yo, this shit is a science, man. Spiritual science, that's what it is. And the Book of Divinity shows you that. The spiritual science, manipulating the vibrational frequencies, using the atomic particles. Even China, the prophet China, he did the same thing when he died. When they told him to burn him in the furnace, and take his ashes and scatter in the 4 corners. And then when they did that, by the power of his will and spirit, he clothed himself with his own ashes and walked amongst men for another 3 or 7 days, and man didn't know he passed through death. I was like, God damn, good night, like my boy Malachi Maccabee say. Good night. So these stories are showing you that, you know, if you can attain a level of spirituality, you could have mastery over your corporeal elements. That's what the second heaven is about. The second heaven is designed to master the corporeal elements. Peace, set apart. Peace, Iman. I see you in the building. Yes, Iman. I was trying to give you a wrench last time. Now that you're on this one, I can go back and do it. Power over the elements. That's right. Flesh, divine beings able to cross over at will. Yeah, man. That shit deep. That shit deep. The power of the spirit, yo. We don't even know the half, yo. Oahspe, certain past revelations, certain past history texts talk about these legendary men did powerful. Like the story of Zarathustra, that shit is the illest one. Word up. Yeah, the Lord one, yeah, even in the Lord one, they mention the Oahspe. The Lord one said the Oahspe was passed by the divine council. It was credited, you know what I mean? But when they mentioned the Urantia, they said the Urantia wasn't passed by the divine council. I was like, wow, that's crazy. Sup, dog? Peace to the God, I see you. Peace to the righteous God. Yeah, I've been 30 days in the Oahspe, no doubt, King. Enjoy the read, you know what I'm saying? It's a good read. And know that how to read the book too. Like when you start getting to certain parts of the book, is divided in the upper and the lower book. So when you're going to start with the upper book, read that part, then come back in the beginning, start with the lower book. When you see that little marker in between the pages, it divides the upper and the lower. That's how you read it, in case you didn't know. Because sometimes you read the book and you go from the top page to the bottom page, but certain parts of the book, you got to stop at the middle and then come and do it like that. Finish that first portion and come back at the beginning and start the lower portion and do the same. Yeah. Yes, family. Argentina, what's good? What's poppin'? What's up? Set apart agrees that it's an excellent read. What's happening in heaven is up top, and what's on earth is the bottom. That's right. It's like we're at the bottom of the ocean. You know what I mean? We're literally at the bottom of an ocean. And the earth itself is the bottom. So we like walking crabs at the bottom of the ocean. And the atmosphere is like the sea. So if we at the bottom of the water and we come up to the top and peek our head out and realize like, damn, it's a whole nother world out here. See that? Them crabs at the bottom of the ocean who can't surface and make it to the top layer of the water and actually come out the water and realize there's a whole nother world out there because they crabs at the bottom walking. That's us. And the crabs at the bottom walking are in denial that there is an existence outside of this ocean because they crabs walking on a surface. But then you got them fish. Like the dolphin that may rise up, come out, see what's going on, come back in, go down there and tell the crab, yeah, yo, nigga, it's life out there above these grounds. But the crab like, ain't nothing out there. You can't tell me nothing, boy. All there is me crawling in this life, this sea life, this seabed. Can't tell that crab nothing, but the dolphin trying to tell the crab, nah, nigga, it's life out there, boy. You just don't know it, because you ain't been out there. And then until the crab get caught and the crab get pulled out, like, oh shit, get thrown back in. Like, yo, nigga, there's life out there. Man, ain't nothing out there. Nigga, I've been out there. That nigga got abducted. The crab got abducted, fell out the goddamn the net, came back to tell them niggas, and they wouldn't believe him. Like, nigga, you lying, boy. He said, yeah, boy, I got abducted. You know what I mean? The nigga was a giant. He was like 50 times my size. I'm like, man, get out of here with that. The other crabs in the barrel, like, man, get out of here with that. So it's the same concept with us. We at the bottom of the ocean. And we in denial that at the top of the atmosphere, that which exists beyond the atmosphere, which would be peeking out our heads into the ether, and it's a whole nother world out there, we're in the same denial that the crabs are in at the bottom of the ocean. But that doesn't negate the fact that there's other existence out in the world. It's inevitable. You're just in denial. So when we talk about these atmospheric worlds after death, when we cross over, we talk about the life after death and these other atmospheric worlds, whether you agree with it or not is not even the point. It's inevitable. It's like a 9-month-old baby in the womb trying to restrain his own birth. The baby in the womb is like, this is all I know, this is it, ain't nothing else out here. But he cannot restrain his own birth. He gotta come out the womb. And then when he come out the womb, look at the space and expanse he's in comparison to being in that stomach. He comes into a world of endless boundaries. But he was subjected to the stomach that he was trying to restrain himself from being birthed. For this, all he knew. But he couldn't restrain his own birth. You know why? Because life is inevitable. It ain't about what the fuck you think, what you know. It is what it is. And the Oahspe is letting you know it is what it is. It's giving you a prep. It's prepping you. It's giving you an orientation now. So when it's your time to go, you better have an understanding on how to navigate because you've been given a guide while you was in the flesh. That's what these niggas don't understand. These niggas out here doing all this research on the Kemetic, on the Hebrew. Everything is on the earth plane. You niggas gonna die one day and you ain't understanding the spiritual plane, the spiritual preparations for your life after death. Oahspe is the blueprint for that. That's why we go hard with the information, because it ain't got shit to do with your nationality. Both parties, black, white, Mexican, goddamn European, Asian, Indian, Filipino, all will be cast in the same hells if you go against Creator. Equally cast in hell. That's why the sun is so powerful, because it is the only thing that can permeate the dimension. Well, the sun is not even that powerful. The sun is vibrating on an electromagnetic frequency within about 500 to 600 nanometers. The color of the sun expressed the vibrational frequency on the electromagnetic spectrum. The greater light that has surpassed the sun is outside of visible light, in the gamma ray. The gamma ray. Those lights is 10 times more powerful than the sun, and those exist in the spiritual world. Let me give you an example of the electromagnetic spectrum to show you the coloration of the vibrational frequencies of everything in nature. So when you look at the sun, it's vibrating at a certain electromagnetic frequency. And that electromagnetic frequency is really not that strong as we may think. It's strong to us, no doubt. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. So for example, share my screen real quick. So when we look at the sun, right? This is the sun right here. This is the range of the sun. So when we look at the sun, it looks what? It looks orange. At sunrise, the sun will appear to be orange. And then high noon, it'll appear to be bright yellow. This is the vibrational frequencies that the sun is moving at. So this is what you call visible light. Visible light. This is the whole spectrum of the electromagnetic field, from the gamma ray to radio waves. But visible light exists in the medium. It's within the center of the spectrum. And the visible light range is from 400 nanometers to 700 nanometers. So the sun is vibrating within a range of 700 nanometers at sunrise and sunset, because that's when the vortex waves are longer and the color is expressed through the sun of the vibrational frequency. So when you look at the sun at sunrise and sunset, it'll appear to be orange slightly reddish, because the vibrational frequency of the vortex is long wavelengths. So when we come to around 600 nanometers, which would be more in the range of the yellow, at high noon, that means the vibrational frequency of the vortex is moving around 600 nanometers. That's the vibrational frequency of the vortex. Now, look at this range. This is the highest vibrational frequency within visible light. It's from light blue, dark blue, purple. See that? So the sun is actually vibrating on a low vibrational frequency in comparison to the higher end of the electromagnetic spectrum moving in this frequency. And then outside of visible light starts the ultraviolet. Ultraviolet, X-ray, and gamma rays, these lights exist in the spiritual world, meaning these lights exist outside of visible light. The spirits of the dead exist in the UV. Meaning to say, the spirits of the dead, because remember, spirit is a vibrational frequency. A one-time human being had a corporeal body, and that body was moving at a certain vibrational frequency. Depending on how they treated their body, like if you're eating fruits and vegetables, you're raising your vibrational frequency. If you're eating pork and a lot of meat, you're slowing down your vibrational frequency. So when you cross over in spirit, depending on your vibrational frequency, will determine where you would fall at in the unseen realm or outside of visible light. So if you're moving at a faster vibrational frequency, you may end up in the UV, ultraviolet realm, outside of visible light. That's the first spectrum outside of visible light, the ultraviolet realm. On a slower frequency, if you a heavy carnivore and your vibrational frequency is slow, when you cross over in spirit, you're gonna be more in the infrared vibrational frequency outside of visible light. These are the two first frequencies outside of visible light on both ends of the spectrum. On the faster vibrational frequency, the UV frequency, and then on the slower vibrational frequency, the infrared. And a lot of times when you look at these shows like Ghost Hunters, when they're using their instruments to try to detect ghosts, they're using the electromagnetic spectrum, and they're using the infrared spectrum to try to pick up on spirits. They're using a lower frequency. And then you have the X-ray and the gamma ray. The highest is the gamma rays. These are the high rays angels. These are the angels moving in a higher vibrational frequency. They getting ready to ascend up out of here. But angels that's moving on a radio wave frequency, these are the drudges. These are like the hellish regions. They're moving at a slower vibrational frequency outside of visible light. Even the color spectrum coincide with the drudges. Because what do they consider Lucifer and the devil and all that? Red. They classify the color of Satan red. When you're looking into a demon's eyes, what they show red. They'll have red eyes, signifying the vibrational frequency that they're vibrating in. But the gamma ray, that's like a blatantly white, bright light. It's blinding to the lights. If we couldn't look if gamma rays was turned on, that shit'll blind and goddamn probably incinerate us. Because the vibrational frequency is moving so fast that it'll disrupt our molecules in our range of visible light. So the vibration of the gamma rays, that's high up in the altitude of the atmosphere. So that's just the spiritual science of that, beloved. You know what I mean? And the color spectrum is expressed. Look at visible light, right? Look at the green. Where do you see green in nature? You see that on the grass and the trees. That's 7 on the pH. That's the balance. The balance of life is green. That's the vegetable state. The vibrational frequency within 500 to 600 nanometers. See that? All this thing. Nature is color coded. Nature is color coded. Oh shit. I had pressed the wrong button. I done tapped out by mistake. Let's see if y'all still there. It's a blood clot vibes. Okay, y'all still there. I messed around and pressed the wrong button and tapped out. I was like, oh,
Our rights are on the ballot. Herschel Walker wants to completely ban abortion.
All right, we good. So yeah. So yeah, you see what I'm saying? So we deal with science. So we're not just talking about spookism when we deal with spirituality. We still dealing with science. There's three principal things in science that we deal with that's on a practical level. What's that which I just showed, the vibrational frequencies of visible and invisible, seen and unseen, the periodic table of elements, the physical makeup and spiritual makeup. Yup. And then you got the pH scale. And that's only significant when the celestial body is in its inhabitable age. That's when the pH scale comes into play. So when the vegetable kingdom came into play, the pH of the vegetables had to be suitable for us to even eat it to sustain our existence. So before animal and man was created, that goddamn vegetable, the vegetation had to be how we see it now. And so when we come into existence, we can go ahead and start picking off the fruit trees and sustain our existence. If ain't no food to eat, we can't sustain our existence. So the vegetable kingdom has to be balanced. The pH has to be right. It has to be 7, 8, 9 for us to sustain our existence. If the pH of vegetation is 3, 2, and 1, that is poisonous to our human anatomy. So we wouldn't be able to sustain existence on the planet if the vegetation is too acidic. So the creator had to make this shit alkaline at 7 being neutral for us, animal and humans, to sustain existence. If the vegetation is fucked up, nigga, we out of here. We out of here. People forget that. People don't consider that vegetation is the sustainer of our existence. We so caught up in society, going to Walmart, Target, Kroger, we done forgot that. We done forgot everything we eat and everything we eat comes out of the vegetable kingdom. Unless it was everything comes out of the vegetable kingdom. Whether it be the leaf, the stalk, the root. Oh, my nigga ass will hit you right back, boy, okay. Selah, where are the dancers? And you know what is crazy? Because I actually on that site, I'm on that, do I still got the dancers? Hold on, let me put the music up, hold up. Yo, wow. She said, where the dancers at? Let me bring the dancers up, man. Make sure I still got the dancers. Man, I don't know if I still got the dancers. Oh. It's a blood clot vibe. There they go. Hold up. There go the dancers right there, yo. Two-step. And they on beat too, damn near. So we got the spirits dancing. You know what I mean? They jamming. You know how we do. It's a vibes, and we just talking realism today. Today is just a bill with the family. I mean, the back and forth. Yeah, you know how we do, son. We got to raise them up. We even raising up the skeletons. You bring them, we raise them. Kativa, I see you. It's a vibes. Yeah, they gonna get it. They gonna get this work. See, like Apollo, they gotta learn symmetry and harmony. See what I'm saying? In order to be fit. So they show me the little dance moves they've been working on. It's a blood clot vibes. that those halos in the art around Jesus and others was the spirit. You can see that some halo in the Egyptians' art as well. And that crown chakra. So that crown chakra lit up, boom. That line of light. And then the Oahspe talks about the line of light from the crown chakra leading back up to the second heaven. Like when you get in cahoots with them angels on the second heaven, it's supposed to be a line of light. Like the story of Zarathustra speaks on that. Even in the Exodus story when it talks about the pillar of light by day and the pillar of light, the cloud by day and the pillar of fire by night. The angels then descended down. Yeah, the beautiful thing about the Oahspe, it deals with science. It ain't spookism. So we're talking about corporality and spirituality. We're talking about the exact same things, but moving at different vibrational frequencies, different atmospheric densities. See what I'm saying? The atmospheric layers are densities. When we look up and we just think that's just air, which it is, but we're looking through the densities because they're moving at a vibrational frequency so fast we're seeing through it. It's a plateau. It's a plateau above your head. Light enough for the angels to walk on. Atmospheric density. That's right. Make sure to get your bitters. We eat herbs, drink, smoke, moisturizer, soap, cleans, oxygen, bless up the herbs. You don't know. Exactly. Exactly. It's the vibes. Yeah, the electromagnetic spectrum is the foundation. The foundation of everything in creation. The next is the periodic table of elements. The physical manifestation of everything in creation. Creator's creation still here. It's a blood clot vibes. So now what you see is the periodic table of elements. Hold up. See that? What I showed you first with the electromagnetic frequency, the vibrational frequency, the vortexian frequencies of things in creation, seen and unseen. Now here is the periodic tables of elements, the physical blueprint of creation, physically and spiritually. This is the physical makeup of us. See that? We made up of all these gases. They go carbon, oxygen. This is the minerals. This is the ingredients to our creation. When the Creator says we was created from the dissolved elements, everything preceding man, these are the elements. Copper, the copper skin, carbon skin. You got gold in your body. Silver, iron, that's your blood right there. This is your blood, right here. Magnesium helps with your bones. You got calcium. This is responsible for your skeleton, your structure. See that? This is your physical makeup right here. You are a composition of solid, liquid, and gas. So the Creator takes these minerals and create life. Vegetable and animal kingdom is made up of these things. You dig? It's a blood clot vibes. See, your boy Dan got up out of here. Tekiva, I'm going to learn this periodic table again. I don't think it was important in school, only to pass the test. So now I want to learn it. Hopefully I can recall some of it. That's exactly the approach I had. I was like, damn, I remember this shit in school, but we ain't pay that shit no mind. Nah, we back at it. Back at the element, the rudimentary level to get the understanding of the blueprint. Because once you understand the periodic table of elements, then everything in creation is made up of these elements. So you can start identifying these elements in creation. What you are made up of, what nature is made up of. See what I'm saying? The atmosphere is oxygen and nitrogen. Nitrogen is dominant in the atmosphere. No doubt, King. Ingredients for the recipe of life. That's right. This is what the Osirian cycle was about. It was making man understand the physical science, the physical manifestation, that which makes up his physical creation. See what I'm saying? That's what the cycle of Osiris was about. Man became sufficient in that knowledge. It's the vibes. Yeah, man became sufficient in the cycle of Osiris. I'm looking right at it. So, for example. So in the cycle of Osiris is when man learned these things. Yeah, the cycle of Osiris is when man was to acknowledge right here. During the cycle of Osiris is when we was given the the knowledge of corporeal elements and things of that nature. So this in the book of Asah, chapter 11:15, it states, "And you shall inspire mortals to acquire a knowledge of the sun, moon, and stars, giving names to them, together with their places in the firmament." So this is the Creator directing man's mind to understanding the physical creation. "For in all things you shall direct man's soul to the acquisition of corporeal knowledge, causing him to look into corporeal things to find a reason for the behavior of all created substance." See that? To find a reason, right here. To find a reason. Here is the reason. The electromagnetic spirit. We found the reason. We found that there's a vibrational frequency in creation. And this is the science that Osiris was talking about. Finding the reason. Periodic tables of elements. Knowing that the creation is made up of elements. Finding the reason. In referencing what is stating here, to find a reason for the behavior of all created things. This was the cycle of Osiris. It says, "They shall no longer depend on any senses on the spirits for knowledge or truth." So he's redirecting man from spirit communion to having the knowledge of the science of earth. "For I am not leaving the foundation of spiritual knowledge on earth, for that must come after. For as Jehovah first gave man a corporeal life, then the spiritual life, so am I now laying the foundation for a new race, the Gans, the copper colors, with corporeal intelligence and corporeal judgment on the earth. For from their ken shall spring the hearers of Cosmon, who shall embrace both corporeal and spiritual." And that's basically what we demonstrate, the corporeal and the spiritual. But look what it states here. "But these shall rise," meaning those of that time, "shall rise in the corporeal knowledge and go down in it, suffering death in that which I reign now on the earth. You shall teach them in truth, but future generations will contort your teachings into corporeal worship, prostrating themselves before the sun, moon, and stars, going down in disbelief in not only the spirit life, but in the great spirit, the Gadel Ruach, and his gods, Elohims and Lords, Adonai. And all these things must come to pass on the corporeal world, nor can there be any resurrection in later days unless those of this day go through the fall that I am preparing for them. For which reason you shall find corporeal knowledge in the stars, and name them, for these things will be testimony in Cosmon of the fate of the worshippers of corporeal knowledge in the time of the Osirian cycle. See that? In the Osirian cycle. So yeah, yo. So that's where we at with it. You have some people that are locked in to the corporeal and they deny the spiritual. You know what I mean? You have people that do not believe in the spiritual. They just believe in the science of the physical. And then once you die, that's it. You're just dead. There's no existence of you after death. You just go back to the grave and you just dissipate back into a cloud of nothingness. That's how some people believe. And that concept of belief stems from the Osirian cycle. See that? Lodge up yourself. Linda Beach, I see you. Peace, family. In the building. It's a vibes. But you know what, family? I got some things to do. It's been 2 hours and 30 minutes. Who's to say we may get a late night vibes? Who knows? But your boy Selah Shalom is about to chime out. But before I chime out, make sure to get your bitters.
Bittersweet herbals. What it tastes is bitter, but the results are sweet. Bittersweetherbals.com. Bittersweet herbals. What it tastes is bitter, but the results are sweet. Bittersweetherbals.com.
Yes, family. So your host Selah Shalom, salute. I'm up out of here till next time, and it's a vibes. It's a vibes.